Hi y'all, Leon here from Just About Anything Garage. You can see a little bit of my Texas coming out on me, huh? Wanted to take just a minute to show you what we picked up. Of course, you remember that we're doing Ghost, which is my 77 Corvette, that we're going to go ahead and do a swap over from automatic to a standard. Well, Facebook Marketplace strikes again. That is a loud truck. I found this little beauty on Facebook for $2,800. It is a 77 Corvette. We went and picked it up yesterday. It's totally complete. He says it doesn't run, it stopped running, but what we discovered was that the Bendix on the starter was not coming out to engage the thing. So I'm willing to bet you once we correct that, it's going to go ahead and start. He says it's got a bad frame, and indeed it does have a bad frame. I don't know if you can see it, but right underneath here where you see that down, it's pretty rotted right there. So it's basically the uni frame of the body that's keeping that together. It's got lots of soft spots. Now we'll look at it just a little bit closer to see if maybe we can't save it and do something with it and have another nice little car. But here's a little go around on this. 77 complete with a 350 and a 400 turbo in it, and I believe it'll run. We'll go ahead and we'll cue you up on that once we go ahead and we get it in the garage. We're going to go ahead and get it in there and get a good look at it and see what's going on with it. Make sure that everything is working just fine. Particularly in the Northeast, which is where this one comes from, is that it loses its frames. The frames just in front of the pockets for the control arms on the rear wheels tend to rot out, and it is totally gone here. But that's the only thing that's wrong with it, is that the frame's gone. And I so happen to know where there's a couple of really good frames for a 77 for $500 or less. So we could do a complete switch over if we wanted to with this. Pull the bumpers off, pull off the front clip, pull out the engine and the drivetrain, pull off the main cockpit, switch over the suspension components onto the new frame and drop it back in, put it all together and have a brand new Corvette. So that's the question of the day. Is this worth saving? So what we're going to do here, what the plan is basically, is we're going to do an evaluation on it. We're going to go through it. We're going to look all over it, get it started, and we'll talk about just what's wrong with it at this point. Go ahead and get into the interior, make sure everything works, do an assessment to see if this is worth saving. Here's the interior. Everything is complete. The battery, everything is fairly unmolested. It's fairly solid, a little bit dirty. Needs some things. Everything looks to be in good shape. The T-tops are there. The T-tops work. Everything is there. Now let me show you what the main issue was. He went to start it when I went to pick it up, and it wouldn't start. And then all of a sudden it started to sound like it was grinding gears as he was go ahead and turning it over. So I went and I pulled out the starter, and notice that this is not the correct starter. It is a Chevy 350 starter. It'll fit on 350, but it's not correct for the Corvette. And what we did here is I pulled the Bendix off so that I could show you what happened. Was if you look down at the gear here, you'll see pretty much that it is worn right on the front part of it. So when I went and took it out, it had only one bolt in it. It did have a back piece that was securing it to the block, but there was only one bolt. It was the wrong bolt, not the correct bolt for that. It was the shorter bolt instead of the longer bolt. So what probably happened is it torqued in its setting, it worn off this, and started to grind. Because I've been underneath when I pulled it off, the flywheel, the flex plate turns over without any problems whatsoever. And we just so happen to have, if we come over here, the starter I bought for this motor, which is a correct Corvette starter for Ghost. That's the gray one. That's what we call the gray one here. And so the thought here is, seeing how we have this one in-house, in stock, let's take it, let's go ahead and install it on that motor. Let's see if we can get that motor to run, and then let's do a full evaluation to see how that specific car is going to go. And if it appears that it's all together, everything more or less works, and it runs very well, it may be worth getting the frame and doing a swap over and having two projects rather than utilizing it and cannibalizing it as a parts car to use it as another potential vet for a project that we can do, keeping it in stock form initially, and then figuring out what else we want to do. So that's the plan. We're going to go ahead and get that starter switched off. We'll go ahead and see if it runs, and if it does, we'll go and we'll do that. So we're going to do a video here on the getting the Corvette set up and ready to go with that. So we're going to get the starter installed. I'll be back after we get that. You've seen starters installed 100 times. You don't really need to see that. And then we'll go and we'll do different things to it, and we'll do a nice video on it and see where we're at. And then you guys can let me know in a comment, is it worth saving? Do we put it under the frame, or do we just use it as parts and go with the original path that we had? But that's where we are, so stay tuned, and we'll see what happens here at Just About Anything Garage. Okay, hi there. Okay, so everything is in, everything is set up. Let's go ahead and turn the key and see what happens on this sucker, and see if this baby will run for us. We're into the Corvette. This is the 77 again. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we crank it. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! Oh my God! Well, I guess it runs. That answers that question. But whether it runs or not, we got to button it up, take it down off of the stands, and we'll see if it moves. Stay tuned for that. We'll see what happens. See if this thing will at least creep forward or backwards a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hold you in here. I have no idea if we have brakes. Maybe a little bit of brakes. We'll see. All right. Let's get it down on low idle. Push on the brake, what we get. Let's go into reverse. Oh yeah. We got some reverse. How about drive? Oh yeah, we got drive. All right, so it looks like this is going to run. The next thing we're going to do is clear a path, get it out on the driveway, and get it stowed in the back. I have no idea how much fuel we got in it, but I guess we'll find out sooner or later. So hang on. As soon as we get that set up, we'll go ahead and we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Recording. So hi there, it's Leon again, and we had the continuing saga here of the 77 Corvette that we got as a parts car for the Ghost project, and found out it's probably a little bit too good. And as you saw, we got it started, it's running. What we're going to do is we're going to pull it out and we're going to park it till spring, and then we'll work on it. In the meantime, I'll be working on getting the frame for that, and we'll be going here. So we're going to record me trying to get this into the backyard. I have a lovely assistant that's going to hold the camera for me. So we're going to go ahead and get her. And the very dark garage, you can see she's winking at you because I tried the lights and they both came on and only one went back down. So we'll have to work on that. So I'm going to hand this off to my camera person, and we'll go ahead and we'll get moving here. So man, don't stand directly in front. guess that's close enough. She probably ran out of gas. There wasn't a whole lot of gas in it, but we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to get her covered. We'll deal with her in the winter. I'm going to pull the battery because obviously I got a buzzer going off for something. I got no idea what. But anyways, thanks a lot, guys. We're going to just cover it up. You don't really need to see that. And then we'll get back on it in the spring when we have the frame. I'll let you know, maybe take you for the trip down to go pick the frame up, and we'll go from there. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.